Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Parsons Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity girls soccer contest as part of the 2025 MIAA Division I Round of 32. Today's contest pits the visiting 20th seeded Westford Academy Ghosts against the hosting 13th seeded Brookline High Warriors. Well, we've made it, folks. We are here for postseason soccer. The first of two playoff soccer games I'm actually going to be covering today is after this game ends, I'm going to be headed out to Shrewsbury to cover the Brookline High boys soccer team as they'll be taking on the Pioneers of St. John's High School on the road for their round of 32 matchup. The girls doing well enough between their record and their strength of schedule to earn themselves a home playoff game here at Parsons here in the round of 32. The Warriors got off to a bit of a slow start to the year. They started out going 0-3-3. It took them 7 games until they got their first win after starting off with 3 losses and 3 draws. But then they went 6-4-2 to close out the season, finished with a record of 6-7-5, which combined with their regular season strength of schedule got them the 13th spot in the MIAA Division I power rankings. Westford Academy, meanwhile, they finished the regular season with a stronger win-loss record than Brookline at 9-5-2, but a weaker strength of schedule had them at a lower seed. And also, while we talked about how Brookline started slow and got better as the season went on, for Westford, kind of an opposite trajectory. The Ghosts started out the season at 7-1-1, but then finished the season 2-4-1. So two teams heading in different directions on paper. But as we all know, we don't play these matches on paper. We play them on the field. Sorry about that, folks. Felt a sneeze coming on. But anyway, Brookline able to earn a home playoff game here, but it has been, an up and down season, like I said, for Brookline. They graduated a very talented class last year that saw 4 players going off to the college level. And this year, they've had their fair share of struggles keeping up that production. And this season, they are coming in with the lowest seed that they've had in the playoffs since 2021, the year before this year's senior class came to Brookline High. So this the lowest seed of their careers, but they're going to be fighting with everything they got to try and keep their high school soccer careers going, and that's going to be the case for the seniors on both sides today. 13 versus 20, one of the closer matchups of the round of 32. So this one should be a lot of fun, folks. So you're not going to want to miss this. Remember, as always, if you end up enjoying this broadcast, be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, I encourage audience participation, whether it be in the live chat here on YouTube or by sending me an email. You can see my email in the bottom right corner of your screen. We got a scoreboard cam going today, and as you can see from that scoreboard cam, we got a little less than a minute before the pregame clock runs out, and then we'll get our pregame ceremonies and then the start of this ball game. right, pre-game clock has expired. Soon the PA announcer will take over. I might switch over to my camera mic so we can better capture that. There we go.
MIAA round of 32 soccer matchup between Westford Academy and your Brookline Warriors. Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your behavior and the behavior of those around you. If you require assistance, please call upon an MIAA school or security official. And now for the starting lineup for Westford Academy, who are coached by Tracy Capone.
Don't get knocked over though.
Senior Olivia Cipriano. Junior Lila Griffin. Sophomore Oriana Kusin. Junior Alexa Coward. Freshman Mia Weber. Sophomore Tia McClelland. Sophomore Kiara Lewis, Junior Sydney Nussbaum. Senior Donna McClelland. Sophomore Reese Nielsen. And senior Elaine Solo. And now the starting lineup for your Brookline Warriors. The Warriors are coached by Ben Peters. Senior Elin Lindgren Paul. Sophomore Neve Kessman. Junior Hannah Greer. Junior Paige Hammond. Senior Amalia Lindgren Palm. Senior Julia Vianello. Senior Jada Kimbrough. Senior Mirabelle Declan. Senior Eva Buxton. Junior Jamie McGee. And goal for the Warriors, Junior Chloe Price. Our great nation has persevered through the leadership and sacrifices of men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. We invite veterans and current military personnel to stand. We thank you for your service. We now invite all to stand and direct your attention to the scoreboard end of the field as we salute our flag with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, those were our starting lineups and national anthem, and we'll soon be getting this one underway. You can see from our scoreboard cam in the bottom left corner of your screen, we got a fresh 40 minutes on the clock for the first of two halves here in this MIAA Division I round of 32 girls soccer contest between 13th seeded Brookline and 20th seeded Westford Academy. Brookline getting some reinforcements back along their defensive line with the return of number 23, Jamie McGee, who is out due to injury. Unfortunately, they won't be getting those same reinforcements on offense as leading goal scorer Haley Ament suffered a tough injury and is going to be out for the rest of the season, it seems. And that's tough. She suffered an injury last year, was able to come back just in time for the playoffs, but missed a chunk of the regular season last year. And then this year, suffering another injury again that seems to be keeping her out of the postseason. You know, it's so tough. Haley Ament, such a talented player, and we certainly wish a speedy recovery for her. But here we go as we set the ball at midfield. Amalia Lindgren-Palm getting ready to start us off here at Parsons Field. Warriors and Ghosts, here we go in the round of 32. Lindgren-Palm's kick goes back to Hannah Greer, who boots it upfield, bounces past one of the Ghosts, and it's corralled by Jada Kimbrough, and it's going to be deflected out of bounds. As we got a bit of a tough camera angle there. Hold on, let me see if I can adjust a bit. Ball's taken now by Westford, but the pass intercepted by Mirabelle Kesselman. Kicked and deflected towards the middle, goes off ahead. Downed, but Amalia Lindgren-Palm applying pressure, steals that ball away rather quick. Passes it back, looking for Greer, but it's stolen away. And a pass just too far for Westford. That, I believe, was number 8, Tia McClelland, stealing that ball, trying to lead for her sister, Dava McClelland. No dice there. Throw-in goes to Eva Burks, and her pass intercepted by number 7, Mia Weber. Weber's pass broken up there by Julia Vianello. Nice dribbling move to get around a defender. She's moving up the middle. Slides a pass up, looking for Nev Kesselman. Tries to turn around on it, but lost control. It's booted away there by Westford's number 20, Reese Nielsen. Flex upfield, kicked away by Mirabelle Kesselman. Now sent forward, looking, well, the only one remotely in the area there was Dava McClelland, but too far, and it's an easy pickup for the Brookline netminder, Chloe Price. Price punts this one, bouncing along, and it's just going to go out of bounds on the near side. Throw in for Westford. Number 2, Lila Griffin, throws this one into Mia Weber. Pass back, knocked out of bounds by Kimbrough, and it will stay with the Ghosts. This throw-in going to Dava McClelland. Pass back, and now sent up the line, intercepted by Kesselman. Mirabelle Kesselman sends this one up the line here, and it looks like it's going to be out of bounds. Brookline ball. Julia Vianello throws it in to Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Taps back to Vianello. Vianello sends one towards the middle, looking for Nev Kesselman. Kesselman's got a beat on it, fires a shot, and it's too high and wide. I'll tell you, Nev Kesselman is looking for that turnaround when she's getting those passes, backing down against her defender. She's looking to time up that turnaround just right, and if she can, she could get a really good chance at the net out of that. Goal kick for Westford. Flies towards midfield, and we got a call for a push in the back on Brookline. And this will be a free kick for Westford. This one kicked upfield. I think that's number 5, Sophie Cotter. Sent that one up. Jamie McGee was there for it. Knocked out of bounds by an aggressive Westford striker on that play. Trying to put pressure on. It'll be a Brookline throw-in. Throw-in is tapped back and kicked upfield by McGee, but deflects right to Westford. They try and tap a pass through. They got a big chance, and the shot went wide. A limited angle there, but boy, that looks like a golden opportunity. I think it was Tia McClelland who shot that one. It happened so fast. I almost couldn't keep track of it. Off the throw-in, it's a fight for the ball, and it's going to be tapped back by Weber. And now a pass to the middle. They're working it quickly forward, and it's knocked away and cleared out. I think that's Elin Lindgren-Palm who cleared that one away. Tapped back forward by Griffin. Up to Weber, now sending it up the far side, was looking for Dava McClelland, and that's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Brookline. Westford making a statement with that last rush at the net, saying, we may be the lower seed, but we're here to play. McGee, a pass to the outside, too much pressure as it's knocked to the middle, but Mirabelle Kesselman is there to pop it out to the far side, kept inbounds by the younger Kesselman's sister, Nev, trying to push it up the line, and it's knocked out of bounds. Good move by Kesselman, though, forcing Westford to knock it out of bounds, despite how tight of a spot she had to work with there. Oh, wait. They didn't call out of bounds. They called a foul. And so it's actually going to be a free kick, so Brookline with a chance to move the ball upfield a little bit more off the foot of Mirabelle Kesselman, setting up to kick this one. Boots this one. Deflected up in the air. And Hannah Greer tried to push that one forward, but it was blocked. Recovered by Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Passes back to Mirabelle Kesselman. Sends it up the line, looking for Paige Hammond. And it's stolen away by the double team. Kicked upfield. It's a race to the ball, and Elin Lindgren-Palm will be the first to get there. Passes it back to her goalie, Chloe Price. Price sends it up the near side. Corralled by Julia Vianello, being pressured by Weber over the back. Gets the pass away to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Sends it up the field, going to Jada Kimbrough. Kimbrough cutting towards the middle, looking for some space. Now kicks it to the outside. It's blocked there by the defense, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. The defense there provided by Reese Nielsen, I believe, as that ball bounces out of bounds. Knocked away again by Westford. They're playing very aggressive on the ball to start this one. Elin Lindgren-Palm sends it back to Price. Price out to the far side to McGee. McGee sending it up the line. Complete. And they tried for a give and go. No dice there. Paige Hammond, who normally plays the middle of the field, they got her on the wing today. That could be an interesting thing to look for in terms of how they might use her in the transition game. Price gives it to Mirabelle Kesselman. Kick almost blocked by Dava McClelland. That could have been dangerous. Instead, it's taken away by Mia Weber. Kicked up right to Kesselman. Kesselman's pass is being fought for. Ultimately recovered by Vianello. Gives it over to Mirabelle Kesselman. Oh, but a takeaway and a shot and a save by Chloe Price, as Tia McClelland had another big offensive chance there. Nev Kesselman trying to move the ball upfield. It's kicked away there by number 15, Sydney Nussbaum. Knocked out of bounds by Brookline. Throw in here off ahead, straight up in the air, and that is going to go out of bounds. Brookline ball. Throw in. And a foul, I think, was called on Westford. Brookline setting up for the free kick. This one coming from Jamie McGee, opts for a low pass, completes it to Paige Hammond. Hammond sends it back to Elin Lindgren-Palm, across to Mirabelle Kesselman. Kesselman dribbling up, gets around a defender, moving upfield, passing it forward, and no room there for it to be taken. Jada Kimbrough was cut off by the defense there. Folks, let me know in the live chat how the camera angle is looking for you guys. Sometimes can be a bit of a challenge setting up a good shot here at Parsons. So let me know if it's looking good. This one deflects. Back and forth. It's corralled now by Westford. This kick from number 6, Alexa Coward, deflects around, and now it's kicked away by Greer. Coward had it for a second, but swooping in for that one is Nev Kesselman. Gets back to Paige Hammond, and Coward taking that one while down on the ground. Now number 23's pass blocked and intercepted by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Gives it over to Eva Berkson. Now out to Vianello. Vianello's kick ricochets like a pinball. Gets up to Jada Kimbrough. And players go tumbling for that ball. Now Vianello sends it up for Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Knocked away by the defense there. And I think that one went out of bounds. Throw in, they go to Kimbrough, and again the defense crowds and knocks that one out of bounds. Throw in, tapped back to Vianello. Vianello winds and kicks an attempted crosser, finds Amalia Lindgren-Palm, cuts around a defender, trying to weave her way around, fires a kick, it's blocked and kept in bounds as the Ghosts clear it out. Eva Berkson trying to cut it off, but stumbled over the ball. It's taken instead by Dava McClelland. Kicks it upfield, and it's going to be scooped up by Chloe Price. A near chance there for Brookline on the attack, but Amalia Lindgren-Palm unable to dribble around 3 different defenders while looking for the shot she wanted. Push in the back, uncalled there, as the Ghosts take the ball past the outside. Lost by McClelland, out of bounds Brookline ball. Vianello throw in, tapped back. Vianello pops it up in the air, but lost control of that one. Out of bounds, Westford ball. Throw in from Griffin off the head of Kimbrough. Deflecting around. Weber trying to take control of it, but Berkson boxes her out and lets that roll out of bounds. Vianello throws to Kimbrough. Gets tangled up with McClelland. Recovered by Weber. Pass back to number 23, Eleni Stowell. And now passing around gets to Tia McClelland. Tia McClelland pass over to Weber, sending one through, looking for Stowell. Stowell on a rush here, fires a shot. Didn't have much of an angle. Wasn't able to get much with an off-foot kick there. But a big chance generated by the co-captain Eleni Stowell. This one lost out of bounds. It'll be Westford ball. Throw in knocked away by McGee. Recovered there by Coward. And that kick going upfield and just kind of stubbornly staying in bounds. As, I think that ball was kept in. Elin Lindgren-Palm coming back to try and recover it. A kick towards the net. Not a lot on it, but again, Westford playing very aggressive ball here. Chloe Price punts this one. Deflecting around, battling for it, and Brookline ultimately comes away with it. Vianello from the outside kicks a curving one, but it's going to be intercepted there by number 3, Oriana Kusid. Couple passes, gets up to Dava McClelland. McClelland dribbling in, matching up with Elin Lindgren-Palm, and Lindgren-Palm stands her up and knocks her over and walls it away. Great one-on-one defense there by Brookline's co-captain Elin Lindgren-Palm on that play. As now this ball goes upfield, kicked away there by Griffin. Vianello coming up for it. And now intercepted by Weber. A pass back is going to be lost out of bounds. Brookline ball. Vianello throw in, tapped back by Kimbrough. Berkson tries to tap it over to Vianello, but stolen away by Dava McClelland. Back to Weber and booted out of bounds. Throw in, tapped back to Vianello, sends it up the line looking for Amalia Lindgren-Palm. She's got it. She gets her around a couple defenders, cutting towards the middle, trying to cut back to the outside. And that one knocked away, recovered by Vianello. Vianello trying to turn the corner and trying to keep that ball in bounds, but cannot. Amalia Lindgren-Palm has had a couple of plays where I think she might be like over juking a bit. Like she jukes to the inside, she's got a bit of a step, and then she tries to fake out her defenders again and cut back to the outside. And that one seems to be the one where she loses the step she had on her defenders. Of course, I'm not out on the field, so it's easy for me to say. This one controlled at midfield by Westford, but they lose that pass off the back of a foot. Hannah Greer had it, kind of lost it, and Westford does take it away. The pass goes back there to Weber. Weber sends it upfield to Flex, and it's booted up in the air by McGee. Bouncing around, Greer, pass back. Kesselman, that's Kesselman, not McGee, my mistake. This kick deflects up, favorable deflection for Westford. Stole the crosser, looking for Dava McClellan. Turn around, trying to shot, ran out of room. A huge chance for Dava McClelland, but she just couldn't quite get the positioning she wanted. Battling with Julia Vianello right in front of the net, with Chloe Price right behind her waiting for the shot. And we've got a brief stoppage here. I'm not sure if that's an injury or maybe something more minor. I think Mirabelle Kesselman just came out of the game, replaced by Astrid Nigrovich. That's definitely going to be something to keep an eye on. Mirabelle Kesselman, a big defensive presence for Brookline. And if they lose that, that could be very tough to deal with. Elin Lindgren-Palm with the ball, passes up, looking for Kimbrough. Stolen away there by Stowell. Pass back to Griffin. Griffin to the near side, sends it up the line, looking for Dava McClelland. Escapes a couple defenders, sends one forward. Elin Lindgren-Palm tried to clear it, no dice on the deflection. Recovered by Tia McClelland, a pass to the middle, intercepted there by Greer. Greer sends it upfield, misses Nev Kesselman. Taken away instead by number 15, Nussbaum. Taken back by Brookline. They work it to the middle to Greer, tries to pop it to the outside, deflected up by Nussbaum. Back and forth it goes, Coward with it, pass up. Disrupted there by Greer, and it's going to be recovered by Nigrovich. Passes back to McGee. Deflects back and forth, goes to the middle where it's taken by Eva Berkson. Berkson pass across the field to Vianello. Vianello sending it forward to Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Cuts to her right. Now sends a pass to the middle to Jada Kimbrough. Kimbrough tapping it to the outside. Looking to Lindgren-Palm again. Lindgren-Palm slowly moving it forward. Taps further outside near the sideline. It's Vianello. Vianello kicks in across her, and it's caught. Caught by the Westford netminder, number 0, Olivia Cipriano. So perhaps not a shot on net, but the first real test faced by the Westford netminder, Cipriano. As now Nev Kesselman trying that spin move again. And now just kicks it forward and a little too far forward. An easy pickup for Cipriano. No chance for any of Brookline's strikers to charge forward on that one without potentially going off sides. Almost midway through this one, just under 22 minutes on the clock here in the first half. As this one pushed forward by Stowell, kicked out of bounds there by Nigrovich. Throw in back to Stowell. Stowell push upfield, kicked back by Paige Hammond, knocked out of bounds by the Westford defense. And we got a foul called here against Westford. Free kick coming up here from Brookline. McGee will be kicking this one as she sends it upfield, headed back by Stowell, gets to Tia McClelland. Pops that one upfield, knocked back by McGee. Headed down by Coward, pushed upfield. Corralled by McGee. McGee almost lost the battle for the ball there as it rolls out of bounds. It stays with Brookline. No score as of yet here in the first half between Brookline and Westford Academy. Throw in stolen by Stowell, but again, no room to dribble, lost out of bounds. This throw in, a bit of a chaotic fight for the ball, lost out of bounds, and now it's going to go to the Ghosts. Westford Academy going to have a throw in deep in opposing territory here. Or no, actually a free kick. They called a foul. Very interesting angle for a potential crosser here. Also the potential for a shot. Kick flies in, and it's too high and out of bounds. The shot coming from Dava McClelland. And it'll be a goal kick for Brookline. Price gives it to Nigrovic. Pass up the middle to Greer. Greer pressured. Ball goes back to Nigrovic. Nigrovic now with some air under this one. Up the far side, corralled by Nev Kesselman. She gets tripped, and the foul is called. Just under 19 minutes to go now. McGee lining up for the free kick here. This one floats in, downed by a sea of Westford players, but it's taken instead by Amalia Lindgren-Palm, and now a foul committed as they tried to take that one away from number 20, Priscilla Hill. Hill in the game on that far side wing in place of Paige Hammond. Free kick will be coming from Greer. This one floats in, deflects down, an open chance for a shot, and it's just too high off the foot of Nev Kesselman. Nev Kesselman, to my knowledge, still searching for her first varsity career goal. There were a couple of goals in the Brookline regular season that were unaccounted for, as I wasn't sure who scored in Brookline's loss to Braintree and in their second loss to Newton North. So that leaves me with a couple of blank spaces on my stat sheet. Goal kick here, off ahead, and deflects and corralled there by, I believe, Stowell. Stowell bringing it down the far side. Defensive reinforcements arrive, and Stowell goes down. A little too physical, I guess, from Priscilla Hill. And that's going to be a free kick for the Ghosts. They'll have Dava McClelland sending in this free kick once again. This kick flies in. They're looking for a crosser. Oh, it deflects forward. An open shot. Oh, my gosh. Just wide by a hair off the foot of number 12, Addison Coulter. And I think the Brookline players, coaches, and fans just did a collective phew, because that one was way too close for comfort for Brookline. But, you know, that's all it takes sometimes. You send a crosser into a sea of players, and sometimes you get the bounce right to one of your player's foot, and you get a shot chance. And unfortunately for Westford, just unable to get the shot they needed, as that one floated just a little bit wide of that right side post. Throw-in kicked upfield. Stopped there by the defense, but Lila Kennan in the game, swooping in for that ball. Pass to the outside to Vianello. Vianello looking one-on-one with Coulter, and Coulter walls her off there. Vianello staying with the ball, turning around, escapes Coulter this time, but collides hard there with Coward. Coulter's pass intercepted by Berkson, passes up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough trying to turn around on her defender, Griffin, and Griffin instead gets the favorable deflection out of bounds. Quick throw-in looking for Dava McClelland, hit from behind by Kimbrough, no call. Brookline might have got a little lucky there, as Westford will keep the ball in this position. Pass goes up to Stowell. Stowell passing forward, blocked by Elin Lindgren-Palm. This pass, an errant one, stolen away by Stowell. Oh, and we've got, do we have a foul call here? Elin Lindgren-Palm is down, and she appears to be holding her knee. And she is up, but little hobbled as she walks. Looks like she's going to tough it out there. And that's a lot of good news for Brookline's defense. Not only is Elin Lindgren-Palm staying in, but Mirabelle Kesselman is back in the game. So Brookline came close to losing both of their defensive captains in this first half, but they survive, and now they're pushing the ball upfield, but a little too far on that one as it's kicked away by number 14, Kiara Lewent. Now this one's stolen by Vianello. Vianello off to the races. Vianello charging up the middle, sending a pass through for Kimbrough. A little bit far. I don't think she'll get there, and it's covered up by Cipriano. It's either Cipriano or Cipriano, not 100%, as that one punted, goes off ahead. It's going to bounce way upfield, and it's going to be an easy pickup for Chloe Price as we go end to end off of that kick. Price punts it back towards midfield, bouncing along. Players go tumbling as it's headed forward, booted away there by Kusid. Throwing up the line, Nev Kesselman tries a kick, and it's blocked. Recovered by Stowell, pass back to Coward. Up the far side there. Now kicked forward, and it's going to be taken off one hop by Price off the long kick there from, I believe, Nielsen. Price punts this one. That deflects out of bounds. Brookline ball. Hill throws it to Greer. Taps it back to Hill. Hill boots it upfield. It's going to be too far for anyone to get for Brookline, as it's an easy pickup for Cipriano. Less than 12 minutes to go here in the first half. No score here in this round of 32 contest. As Cipriano punts this one towards midfield. Bouncing along. Elin Lindgren-Palm kind of sliced that one. Now McGee pops it up in the air. Bouncing around, now booted forward. by Westford there. McGee going to be the first to the ball, trying to escape with the dribble instead of kicking it out of bounds, and she does send it up the line. Gutsy decision there from McGee, but she stayed calm and executed well for a good clear for Brookline. Now Kimbrough sending one up the far side, looking for Hill. Hill gets there, racing up the sideline, trying to gain the edge, and is blocked there, and the kick knocked out of bounds by Hill. A big defensive stop there from Nussbaum. Goal kick. Couple of deflections pushed forward by Westford, up in the air, and oh, we got a foul call there. Dava McClelland pushing Mirabelle Kesselman in the back on that play. Now Brookline will have Kesselman herself send up this free kick. Boots this one. It's got some air under it. Deflects back. Collected by Greer. Greer pass back to McGee. McGee trying to send it up the line. Finds a target. Nev Kesselman racing up. Sends a crosser in, but no angle as it rolls out of bounds. Brookline standing tall on defense this half, having a little trouble consistently generating offensive pressure as Berkson kicks this one up to Nev Kesselman. Pass back, booted up in the air by Greer to the outside, looking for Hill. Hill's got it. Hill with a quick crosser kick, blocked there and booted away. That time by Lewent. Now recovered by Berkson again, a kick forward. Booted away by Griffin, gets up to Dava McClelland. McClelland dribbling through the middle there. Stops, looks, kicks forward, nothing there. And it's an easy catch off 2 hops for Chloe Price. Price punts this one a little shallow. And they call the hit in the back on Westford. Free kick here, Mirabelle Kesselman. Pops it to the outside, looking for Vianello. Vianello keeps it in bounds, or no, she doesn't. Couldn't keep it in, and it'll be a throw-in for the Ghosts. Griffin, the throw-in. Battling for the ball. It's kicked out of bounds by Berkson. Throw-in. Knocked out of bounds by Vianello. Another throw-in. Knocked back to Vianello, who pops it upfield. Kicked away there by Kusid. Stowell sends it across the middle, intercepted by Hill. Hill's kick blocked down by Kusid. Pass up to Weber. Weber. Pass across. Finds Nielsen. Nielsen racing upfield, being chased by Greer, trying to turn the corner and tried to force a shot, but a limited angle there as the help defense was arriving, and she misses that one out of bounds. Just under 7 minutes to go before halftime. No score here between Brookline and Westford. Mirabelle Kesselman passes it back to McGee. McGee up the line. Tap to the middle, pushed upfield. Gets to Nev Kesselman. Her pass blocked by Coward. Deflects up to number 25. Pass across to Stowell. Stowell sending it to the outside to Nielsen. Nielsen lifts one, looking for Dava McClelland. It's over her head. Can she keep it in bounds? No, she cannot. Number 25 for Westford is Evie Weber. As now McGee kicks this one upfield. Blocked by Coward, but Nev Kesselman kept up the pursuit, knocked it loose. Lila Cannon passes back to Berkson, sends it upfield. Kicked away there by Nussbaum. Ricochets around, and now Coward passes it over to Mia Weber. Weber gets the pass away to Dava McClelland. Push upfield, finds Stowell. Stowell sends a pass through, finds an open teammate, but the defense crashes back, deflects back. Vianello knocks it loose. Pass goes back. Stowell with the ball. Looking. Pass. Sneaks through. Mia Weber with the ball. Oh, stumbled trying to corral it around the baseline. And it's going to roll out. Westford is finding some opportunities to try and sneak some passes through, and Brookline's defense being tested. Their closeout speed has been good so far in preventing those scores. Pass up to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Sends this one up to Nev Kesselman. Opts to pass it back to Greer. Sends it to the outside, finds Paige Hammond. Hammond running up with it, up the far side. A pass for Nev Kesselman, knocked away there by, I believe, number 14, Lewant. Lewant sends it upfield, taken by Mirabelle Kesselman, goes to the outside to Vianello. Vianello with some space, charging in, still charging, tries to fit a pass through, no room, knocked out of bounds there by Kusid. Throw in for Brookline. Vianello throw in is knocked out of bounds, stays with Brookline here with just over 4 minutes left in the half. A substitution for both teams here. Throw in coming, a pass to the middle, intercepted by Stowell. Stowell kicks it too far for Dava McClelland. The substitution for Brookline was number 9, Kaylee Coe, into the game. Throw in here for Cannon. Cannon turns, pass into open space. Hammond comes back for it, passes it back to McGee. McGee, with a player on her back, gets the pass away. Now passing around the triangle, it goes back to McGee. McGee to the outside to Greer. Greer pops one over a defender, now tries to push one forward. It's knocked out of bounds, deflected out by Nussbaum. Well, that's one for the blooper reel, as a throw-in violation on Brookline is going to give the ball back to Westford. This throw-in up the line, booted up in the air by McGee. Deflects down and around and into some open space where it's taken by Mia Weber. Weber sends pass forward. Dava McClelland stumbled taking it. The clear kick is blocked, but it's going to be recovered by Brookline. And a slide tackle there by Mia Weber. It's going to result in an out-of-bounds Brookline ball. Vianello throws it in, looking for Cannon. Cannon pass misses Berkson, but goes back to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Pass up to Greer. Greer dribbling around, surveying, and passes back to Elin. Elin gives to Berkson. Berkson to the near side to Vianello. Knocked away by Mia Weber, but kicked upfield by Mirabelle Kesselman. This one deflects around Griffin, whiffed on her clear kick, and it's recovered instead by Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Amalia trying to battle down that near sideline. I cannot at all see what's going on as that ball is kicked out of bounds. It looks like it'll be Brookline ball. Vianello throws it in to Amalia, lost out of bounds, Westford ball. Clock now frozen here at Parsons at 2 minutes for stoppage time. Throw in from Griffin goes off Vianello's head, out of bounds. This throw in deflects out of bounds again off Brookline. Quick throw in from Stowell off the head of Kesselman, booted up in the air by Elin Lindgren-Palm, recovered by Dava McClelland. Keeping it inbounds, she goes up the sideline, stumbled a bit there, no call, as she's still battling and goes down again, and this time they're going to call Mirabelle Kesselman for the trip, and it'll be a free kick for the Ghosts. Dava McClelland has been the main kicker on free kicks. She's generated some dangerous potential looks for Westford here in the first half. Did they just call halftime? Okay, it was a timeout. I wasn't sure if it was halftime or a timeout, but a helpful fan in the stands let me know that that was, in fact, a timeout. So Westford going to try and strategize for one last push to the net before the break. It's only when it goes in like that corner over there. No, sounds fine. Yeah, no, it hasn't affected the view significantly, I don't think. Parsons is tough. I know. All right, out of the timeout, let's see what kind of strategy we got we'll see from Westford here. In this last push before halftime, this will be a very big play because you never know. Oh, they're swapping their kicker. They're going to have Alexa Coward send this one in instead of Dava McClelland. There's the whistle. Coward lifts it into the box, crashing in. Oh, just barely misses a crashing Westford player there. Boy, very, very close. As number 12, Coulter, was the closest one to that one, bounced just in front of her and out of bounds. Another dangerous chance off the free kick generated by the Ghosts. Brookline moving the ball upfield here in stoppage time. Going up the far side, a kick to the middle, deflects around, and it's corralled by Mirabelle Kesselman. Pushed forward to Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Tries to pop one to the outside, might have been deflected slightly by Griffin as it slowly goes out to Vianello. Vianello manages to get around her defender. A pass is blocked there by Griffin, out of bounds. Vianello throws into Cannon, tapped back. Vianello almost recovered it and does recover it as she cuts off Dava McClelland there. Passes back to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Pass up the middle to Greer. Greer pops to the outside for McGee. McGee turning around. Sends a pass up that far side, complete to, I believe, Hammond. And there is the double whistle, and that is halftime. No score at the half here between Third Louis on us, right at half. What? Okay, looks like it recovered. I think. Yes, okay. Wi-Fi's back. Temporary glitch there, but it looks like we're okay. So as I was saying, during this halftime break, I'd like to take a moment to direct your attention to some helpful links in the description section of this video. There is a link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club, which supports all 6 Brookline High soccer teams, girls and boys, varsity, JV, and freshmen. So if you would like to support them, check out that Venmo link in the description section. And then also, there is a link for our local charity spotlight, both for today and for all of these fall playoffs here in 2025, the Brookline Food Pantry. And the reason that the Brookline Food Pantry is going to be our local charity spotlight for every playoff game this fall is for a very simple reason. This past Saturday, the federal government officially suspended all SNAP benefits across the country, which means that hundreds of millions of people across the nation, including over 1 million people here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, are going to go without food assistance. There are tons of people, more than you can imagine, that are in need and cannot get the food that they need to get by. And the Brookline Food Pantry is Brookline's is Brookline's main nonprofit resource for helping out those people in need. The Brookline Food Pantry has been serving over 700 families every week at their 3 pantry locations. They've been sending hundreds of students home with their Brookline Thrives backpacks filled with food for the weekend as they send them home every Friday. They've been providing home delivery service to over 100 Brookline residents who cannot physically come to the pantry themselves, such as the elderly, the ill, or the physically handicapped. And they've been supporting programs at Brookline High School itself to provide food for students to eat throughout the day and to take home as needed. And again, I cannot emphasize enough how important this is here and now, with millions across the country about to go without the food assistance that they so desperately need. So I'm making here during this postseason a call to action that wherever you may call home, I know some of you a bunch of you live here in Brookline. Some of you might live in other towns or even other states tuning in to watch. Wherever it is you call home, whatever town, whatever state you may live in, donate to your local food pantry. Donate to your local food bank. Our most vulnerable neighbors and friends are going to need our help now more than ever in all communities across this country. I myself have made a commitment to donate $50 out of my own game check for every playoff game that I cover this fall. Every Brookline High playoff game I cover this fall, $50 is going to the Brookline Food Pantry here this season. For the very simple reason that it's an important cause. Like, this isn't a brag, me saying this. This is me putting my money where my mouth is, and this is me issuing a challenge. I challenge each and every one of you to make your own donation to your local food pantry to support what is a more important cause than ever, the cause of feeding the hungry. It's very simple, straightforward, important cause. And like I said, with what's going on at the federal level, we need that support now more than ever. So please think about donating to your local food pantry. If you want to post about a donation you make here in the live chat on YouTube or in email, I wholeheartedly encourage that. Let's, help amp things up, spread the message, and continue to push everyone here to do their part and help out their community. I know this is a little bit of a heavier speech than I usually give, given this is a ball game here. But you know what? One thing that, covering these ball games has really taught me is just the beauty and the value of being a part of a community. The way that this Brookline High athletics community has really welcomed me over this years has been moving beyond words for me personally. And so to me, it's so important to give back to the community that allows us to have this great high school sporting experience. I mean, just the fact that we have these games, these facilities to play at, these players, these coaches. It's a result of investing in our community. And so that's all I'm asking, is that you invest in your community. Again, wherever you call home, whether it be Brookline or otherwise, invest in your community, donate to your local food pantry, your local food bank, whatever it may be. So that's my little speech for halftime. I'm going to take a break for halftime and mute my mic, but I will be back with the second half of this ball game, so you better stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Parsons Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of the second half of this high school varsity girls soccer contest as part of the 2025 MIAA Division I state tournament. Here in the round of 32, 13th seeded Brookline and 20th seeded Westford Academy all knotted up at nothing apiece. As we get ready for the second half here, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments the teams have put in place. I would say Westford generated more of the offensive chances in that first half, and so Brookline has got to make some adjustments offensively to try and generate some more pressure. Of course, it's tough for their offense with the absence of Haley Ament due to injury, but they've got to make things happen. Westford will get the ball to start. Tia McClelland starting us off with a pass back to Alexa Coward. Tap to the outside to Lila Griffin. Up the line to Elena Stoll. And now stolen away by Brookline and kicked upfield. That's going to be too far for anyone to get, and that's just going to roll out of bounds. Olivia Cipriano will set up this goal kick for the Westford Academy Ghosts. This goal kick floating along, pushed forward by Stowell, kicked back by Elin Lindgren-Palm, knocked back by the defense by Kusid. Oriana Kusid knocked that one away. Now Lila Griffin out on the far side, tries to send upfield, goes out of bounds. Julia Vianello to throw this one in, and battling for the ball, Jada Kimbrough somehow comes out with it. Pass across, flies wide, intended for Paige Hammond, and instead flies out of bounds. Throw in here from Nussbaum, deflected out of bounds by Eva Berkson. Nussbaum, another throw in. Bouncing along, Tia McClelland with the bicycle kick forward. Elin Lindgren-Palm taps it forward. Jamie McGee, the player over her back, passes it, misses out of bounds. That was Reese Nielsen applying the pressure. Throw in from Nussbaum. Battling are McGee and McClelland. McGee gets passway to Elin, sends it upfield, knocked right back by Nussbaum into open space. Vianello kicks it away, not a lot on it. Goes right to Coward, sends it up the middle, kicked right back by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Now it's a race for the ball, and it's a deflection the wrong way, but just far back enough for Cipriano to clear it away from Nev Kesselman, who was racing after that one. Coward with the ball, slides it over to Griffin. Griffin, pass up there. Mia Weber's pass intercepted by Mirabelle Kesselman. Kesselman sending it up the far side. Too far, too wide to connect with her younger sister, Nev Kesselman there. Another goal kick for Westford. Cipriano, the goal kick, deflects down. It's a scrum for the ball here. And it rolls over to Coward, who kicks it away. Deflects towards the middle, pushed forward by Nielsen, headed away by Elin Lindgren-Palm, kicked forward again by Stowell. Lindgren-Palm back to the ball, sliced that kick, and just barely gets that one away as Tia McClelland was crashing in for that one. McGee up to Paige Hammond. Hammond across to the middle to an open Hannah Greer. Greer winds and kicks one forward, rolling through. Nev Kesselman, oh, just barely too far, and it's covered up by Cipriano. And I think they called offsides on Nev Kesselman anyway, so even if she had gotten to the ball, it wouldn't have mattered. Coward the free kick off the head of Mirabel Kesselman, out of bounds. This throwing up the line just bounces in and out, and it will be Brookline ball. Throw in tapped back to Vianello, tries to tap it through. Kimbrough trying to fight for it, but it's deflected towards the middle. Eva Berkson swoops in and takes it, pass it to Paige Hammond. Her pass is blocked. Blocked there by Nussbaum, and it's recovered by Berkson, passed back to McGee. McGee brings it up across midfield. Now trying to pass it forward, but nobody quite there. And it's picked up by Cipriano. I liked what I saw in that play. I like when we see the backliners take a chance to dribble up, you know, get more players moving forward, get the numbers advantage on the attack. Just another miscommunication on the pass, as Brookline has struggled with that today. Battling for the ball, McGee and McClelland, as that ball is going to go out of bounds. Tia McClelland throws it in. Stowell surrounded by defenders. It's kicked away. Recovered by McClelland. Pass back to Coward. Coward fits a pass through. Nielsen turns around and slips as she shoots and misses wide left. And again, that's really been the difference offensively between these two teams, is Westford has not been afraid to try and fit passes through tight windows to try and generate their offense. And while it hasn't resulted in a goal, it's resulted in a lot of scary looks at the net. Brookline, meanwhile, it feels like they've relied more on these longer kicks to try and set things up, but they just haven't been able to generate anything off of them. Greer, her kick deflected as it goes to the outside. Vianello comes back for it, tries to send it up the line, misses out of bounds. Throw in up the line. Tangled up for it. Attempted crosser kick is going to go out of bounds. And folks, we are going to have, unbelievably, our first corner kick of the day. We had 0 corner kicks in the first half. We had a number of free kicks for Westford that were almost similar to corner kicks in their placement, but this, the first actual corner kick, it's going to be sent in by Mia Weber. Kick flies in. Oh my gosh! That deflected right into the body of Chloe Price. And she just barely corrals. I mean, honestly, I don't think she even saw it. I think it just happened to come in and hit her body, and then she was able to recover the ball and cover it up. Brookline, a bit of a break there as this ball is kicked upfield by Hannah Greer. And again, bounced a little too far. It's an easy pickup for Cipriano. I mean, Brookline is really kind of going for broke with a lot of their long passes. It's like if just one of those connects, it could be a breakaway chance, but nothing is connecting so far. Physical battle for this ball as it bounces upfield. And they're going to say out of bounds off Brookline. Nussbaum throws it in and off ahead, out of bounds, and it will stay with Westford. Another throw in. Deflecting. Off ahead. And, oh, that was actually Brookline ball. Throw in for the Warriors here. Paige Hammond. Looking around. Throws it into Kimbrough. Deflecting around. Crazy ricocheting around. A pass forward. Almost gets through, but kicked away by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Booted upfield now by Hammond. Nev Kesselman takes it and takes off with it. Kesselman trying to juke around her defender. Pass one. Deflected just barely. A huge deflection there by Husid. Kimbrough staying after the ball. Forces an errant pass, and it's taken away by Hammond, but kicked away from behind by Nielsen. Booted away by Westford. Booted back by Eva Berkson. And this ball is recovered inbounds, but now lost out, and it will be a Westford throw-in. Quick throw-in goes to Nielsen. Nielsen dribbling to the middle, kicks it away, gets it up to Tia McClelland, who able to push it forward to Dava McClelland, turns around and passes to an open Mia Weber out on the far side. Weber cutting back towards the middle, trying to leave it back for Dava McClelland, slightly slowed down by Mirabelle Kesselman, and now Kesselman boots it away. Recovered there by Griffin, and we got a whistle for a stop, and oh, Mirabelle Kesselman looks hurt. Oh, and quickly out comes the trainer, Alex Jazik. Oh, you don't want to see this. It looked like she was holding her back. And Mirabelle Kesselman, who has been battling a rib injury, you wonder if maybe she aggravated that same injury on that play. Again, this is a player whose toughness cannot be called into question. Being helped up to her feet. And she's walking off on her own power, but Brookline is going to be without their star defensive piece for a while. And so with play being stopped due to injury, we'll see a drop ball here. Given to Westford, and play resumes. Kicked up field. Like I said, hopefully Mirabelle Kesselman is okay after that. Throw in from Vianello. Stolen away by Westford. Tia McClelland now with the ball. Sends a pass through. Offsides. Good instinct by Brookline. You could tell that the player, who I believe is Dava McClelland, was trying to wait to try and see if she could get behind the defense before picking up speed again. And the Brookline defender signaled, everybody hold back. She's offsides. Good trap there, but Westford takes back the ball off the free kick. Send it up to Mia Weber. Sending one forward, but nobody there, and it's an easy pickup for Price. Price punts this one out near side to Nev Kesselman. Kesselman battling up this sideline. Up against Nussbaum, out of bounds. Westford ball. Throw in off ahead. Astrid Negrovich, who's checked in place of Mirabelle Kesselman, pushes that ball forward. Kicked back by Coward. Popped in the air by McGee. Recovered now by Stowell. Pass back. Coward kicks it upfield. Nobody quite there. Kicked away by Negrovich, but it goes right to Coward. Given to Stowell. Stowell pops it forward, looking for Nielsen. And either out of bounds or offsides, either way, stops the attack there. 28.5 to go here in the second half. Still no score. Remember, no draws in the playoffs. If there's no score at the end of this half, we're going to overtime. And then if there's no score at the end of that half, we go to double overtime. And then if there's no score at the end of that, then we go to shootouts. This one bouncing around, recovered by Greer. Pass back to Nigrovic. Up to Nev Kesselman. Pushes it forward, kicked away there by Husid. Corralled by Tia McClelland. Turns around, kicks one forward. Battle for the ball, and Mia Weber comes back for it. Passes back to Griffin. Griffin cut off there by Priscilla Hill. Kicked upfield by McGee, gets up to Jada Kimbrough. Kimbrough walled off on her attempted advance there, and the ball is recovered by Stowell. Stowell boots that one out of bounds, Brookline ball. You're kidding me. Mirabelle Kesselman is coming back out onto the field. I said it before, I'll say it again. This player's toughness cannot be called into question. Throw in here. Battling for it, kicked away by Nielsen. Goes back there, headed away. Griffin pushes it upfield. Intercepted by Vianello. Vianello pushes it to the outside to Hill. Hill lost the ball, taken away by Mia Weber. Kicked upfield, out of bounds, Brookline ball. Ball's given to Greer. Greer fits through a couple defenders. Boots one upfield, across the field, and kicked away by Nielsen. But that's going to roll out the back line, and Brookline is going to have their first corner kick of the day. Oh. Hey, watch out. I can't. Okay, we can't see the kicker presently, but it will... Now the kick flies in, deflects down, booted away. Booted right back forward by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Deflects down, but right to Eva Berkson, and they got a foul call against Brookline there. Very strange. You don't often see... I mean, you more often see the defense making a push in the back on those kinds of plays, but I guess Brookline made a mistake there and committed the penalty. Free kick is knocked down, pushed forward by Berkson to the outside. Priscilla Hill corrals it, fights through a defender, can't fight through a second. Knocked away by Lewant, and Lewant kicks that one out of bounds. Throw in, tapped right back to Vianello. And I think they're going to say that one went over the sideline before she could kick it. Out of bounds either way. Brookline fan Yuli bursting in the live chat saying this is def a PK game. And I mean, we'll see. We've managed to see a PK shootout here at Parsons Field each of the last 2 years. 2 years ago, it was the boys. Last year, it was the girls against Braintree in the round of 16. But now this ball being pushed upfield, knocked away by Elin Lindgren-Palm. A good stop there, as number 25, Evie Weber, was pushing that one upfield. Throw in. Attempted crosser, nobody there. An easy pickup for Chloe Price. Price punts this one. And it's going to bounce out on the near side. Throw in from Nussbaum. McGee. Player on her back. Turns towards the sideline and out of bounds, Brookline ball. Throw in, bounces off ahead into open space. Hannah Greer going to take it. Greer covered by Coward there and forced to pass it back. Mirabelle Kesselman winds and boots this one upfield. Little too much on that one, and it's picked up by Cipriano. Cipriano's punt. Flex over to Nielsen, who pushes it upfield to the outside. Mia Weber is going to get there. Weber trying to cut around the defense, and it's kicked away by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Out of bounds. Westford ball. Off this throw in, it's stolen away by Brookline. Amalia Lindgren-Palm passes it back to Greer. Greer trying to find an opening, gets a pass up to Amalia. Amalia with some space to dribble, cuts towards the middle, sends a pass across to Eva Berkson. Berkson pushes it forward to Kimbrough. Kimbrough, dribbled too far out in front, and it's knocked away. Recovered by Berkson, passes it back to McGee. McGee fakes towards the middle, she cuts. Pass up, complete to Kimbrough. Kimbrough trying to fit one through, too much on it. Just a little too far out in front of Nev Kesselman, but Brookline is starting to string some passes together. Their offense looking a little more crisp in its execution. Just got to put some of the last pieces together if they want to generate a real scoring chance. Cipriano, the goal kick. Kicked up by Stowell. Pushed to the middle to Evie Weber. Her pass intercepted by McGee. McGee over to Nev Kesselman. Miscommunication on the pass there. Kicked away by Kusid. McGee gets there first. Taps it over to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Across to Mirabelle Kesselman. Up the line to Vianello. Vianello met by a defender, but keeps battling for the ball. Still battling. But Westford does take it away, and yeah, I didn't think Vianello was going to get away with that grab. It will be a free kick for the Ghosts. Oops. Missed the kick in the sun or something like that. But Brookline able to clear it out. Amalia Lindgren-Palm battling with Coward, knocked loose, but recovered there by Greer. Over to Berkson. Berkson sending it forward. Racing up for it is Nev Kesselman, but it's too far forward. And Cipriano, rather than pick it up because it was just over the line of the penalty box there, she had to kick it. Flies out of bounds, and Brookline will have a throw-in deep in the opposing end. Quick throw-in to Berkson. Berkson tries to fit one through, knocked away there by Kusid. Recovered by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Pass across to Mirabelle Kesselman. Kesselman dribbling. Long kick there, well wide, out of bounds. Less than 20 minutes to go here in the second half. This kick goes off a foot, deflecting to the middle, pushed upfield by Stowell. Price going to come way out and boot this one away. That's going to fly out of bounds. And, I think we had a throw-in violation against Westford there. We've somehow seen one of those from each team. Vianello pops this one in the air. Deflected down. It's corralled by Kimbrough. Kimbrough slices that one. Headed down by Nielsen. Pushed forward by Coward. Berkson slices that one. Battling for the ball. It rolls out of bounds. Westford ball. This one headed down, kicked forward by Griffin. Going to fly out of bounds. Brookline ball. Throw in to Greer. Tapped back out to Vianello. Her pass blocked. Stolen away by the Ghosts. They start passing it quick. And that pass intercepted by Lila Kennan. Pass up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough cuts. Kimbrough moving to the outside, trying to get around. Blocked there by Lewant, out of bounds. Good push up by Jada Kimbrough, forces the out of bounds kick there. Throw in, tapped back out, and stolen away by Stowell. Stowell's pass up, intercepted by Mirabelle Kesselman. She's trying to push her team back up. Line drive kick is taken off one hop by Cipriano. A good idea to keep up the pressure when you've got numbers there, but need a little more height on that ball. A little bit less of a line drive. Westford pushes that one up. McGee passes it back to Price. Price pops it up in the air. Deflected forward. And they're still battling for it. I think it went out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Westford. Nussbaum, throw-in. Number 10 pass back, intercepted by Cannon. Cannon's clear kick blocked by Coward. Now Nev Kesselman pushes it up the line. Nussbaum could not corral it. Good pressure from Amalia Lindgren-Palm coming back to play that ball. And that one immediately kicked out of bounds. It'll be another Brookline throw-in. Kesselman sends it up to Cannon. Cannon turning around, trying to dribble up with it. Keeping it in bounds, and it's deflected out there by Nielsen. Good use of size and strength by Lila Cannon to move that ball just a little bit upfield. Jada Kimbrough takes this one past the outside. Amalia Lindgren-Palm trying to fit a pass through, but nobody there. Again, Brookline feels like they're getting closer, but there's still just a few pieces missing on their offensive pushes. This punt deflected, bouncing around. Stowell takes it. Pass up, intercepted by Mirabelle Kesselman. Sends it back the other way. Taken off the deflection by Vianello, pushes it up to Cannon. Cannon going to pass it back to Berkson. Berkson sending it to the outside. Nev Kesselman's got it. Kesselman winds and fires. Oh, it ricochets off the hands. And that's going to be a corner chance for Brookline. Corner kick coming up for Brookline. Could be a big chance here. This one comes in. Came in low and was blocked. Nev Kesselman trying to fight for it, keep it alive with a hard collision with Nussbaum there. It's going to be Westford ball. Throw in ricochets. Berkson pops it up in the air. Stowell downs it, but Berkson had it for a second. Knocked loose, recovered by Nielsen. Nielsen, kick up field, knocked back by Mirabelle Kesselman. Bouncing along, big chance. Jada Kimbrough whiffed on the kick. She's staying with it. Kimbrough kicks again, sails it high. Oh, it's so tough off those high bounces. So tough to time those up. And Jada Kimbrough could not make the magic happen on that play. Just under 14 minutes to go, still tied, but Brookline continuing to mount offensive pressure here in the second half. Popped up in the air by Greer, headed back by Nielsen. Stowell passes it back to Coward. Coward kicking it up, stopped by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Popped up in the air by Nielsen. Downed there, pushed forward by Greer, gets to Cannon. Cannon turns around, sends a pass looking to the outside, stopped by Nussbaum, but the clear kick stopped briefly. Now the clear kick goes up, intercepted by Berkson. Passed up to Nev Kesselman. Kesselman, surrounded by defenders, still fighting to keep control of the ball. Knocked over by Reese Nielsen and does draw the foul call. And it will be Eva Berkson lining up this free kick. Similar spot to where she got the assist against Wellesley. Lifts this one a lot shallower, though. It's kicked right back to her. Berkson sends a pass up. It's blocked by Nielsen. Nielsen kicks it away, gets it up to Evie Weber. Across to Stowell. Stowell sending it up, blocked by McGee. Greer passes it back to Mirabelle Kesselman. To the outside, looking for Vianello. She cannot chase it down. Out of bounds, Westford ball. Quick throw in. Back and forth this one goes. Pushed upfield. Battling for it, and Mirabelle Kesselman just boxing out. That ball refusing to go out of bounds. And so Kesselman kicks it off of Weber's foot and gets the favorable deflection. "12 minutes to go here in regulation in the round of 32, no score. Some subs checking in on both sides. Looks like this time Astrid Nigrovic will be subbing in for the other Kesselman sister as she subs in for Nev. This throw in deflects. Stoll gets a foot on it, gets it over to Coward. Pushed forward to Tia McClelland, popped up in the air, and it's going to be a pop fly catch for Chloe Price. Rolls it out to Nigrovic. Nigrovic sending it upfield to Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Battling with Kusid. Kusid. Lost out of bounds. It is Brookline ball. Quick throw in from Lindgren-Palm. Looking for Cannon. Kicked away there by Lewant. But the pass from Stowell misses out of bounds. Warriors ball. Another quick throw in as that ball bounces off Westford. Another throw in off the head of Nussbaum over to Stowell. Stowell boots it upfield. It's a race to the ball. McClelland and McGee chasing after it. And a good slide tackle by Jamie McGee to knock that one out of bounds. This one tapped back, pushed to the middle, knocked back out by Berkson. Headed down, kicked forward by McGee. And that one's going to deflect out of bounds. This throw-in, Cannon taps out to Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Knocked loose by Nielsen, but it goes back to McGee. That one knocks out of bounds. And it's going to be Westford ball. Westford applying some strong pressure here on Brookline's defenders as Nielsen floats that one high in the air. Looking for it is Coulter. Coulter has to come back for this one, but lifts it into the box. Nobody there but Brookline players, but now they're crashing in as it's popped up in the air. Out to the near side. Players go tumbling. And the foul is called on the Ghosts. Just 9 minutes to go here in regulation. No score between Brookline and Westford. This kick downed by Nigrovic. Over to Greer. Greer booting it upfield. Goes over the defense. It's a chase to the ball. And it might roll out before Kimbrough can get there. Kimbrough keeps it in bounds. In the corner, tight space. Tried to get the favorable deflection out of bounds. Couldn't quite do it, but it will be a throw-in for Brookline deep in Westford territory. Vianello throws it to Kimbrough. Kimbrough taps it out to Vianello. Tries to send one into the box. Oh, players went crashing for that one, but it's Cipriano getting the inside leverage to snag that ball. This punt knocked down by Cannon. Popped up in the air. And it'll It'll go off McGee's foot out of bounds. Throw in. Negrovic tried to come out with it, but could not. Coward takes it, kicks it upfield, and McGee going to send it out of bounds again. Throw in looking for Tia McClelland. A crosser kicked in, a kick, and that's knocked in. Addison Coulter off the assist from Tia McClelland. And the Westford Academy Ghosts will be first on the board here with 7.5 left to play. And a timeout now going to be called by Brookline, as they are really going to have to reorganize here. A bit of a snafu with the scoreboard, as just to clarify, Westford Academy does not have 99 goals on the board. As nice of a goal as that was by the freshman Addison Coulter off the assist from the sophomore Tia McClelland, it does not count for 99 scores. 1-0 now the mark. And now it's going to be gut check time for Brookline, as they are now playing from behind. In the live chat, Carly Gibson saying, "Let's go Berkson." And Eva Berkson could be one of those players that could potentially step up for Brookline here in crunch time. Berkson with 3 assists on the season, or no, 4 assists on the season and 4 for her career. 3 of those assists came in the last 2 games of the regular season. And then 1 more came on a very clutch game-tying goal against Wellesley in a 1-1 comeback tie. And Brookline would certainly like that here. So here we go. Let's see what Brookline can put together offensively to try and tie up this ball game. Here we go. Booted upfield by Mirabelle Kesselman. They've now got her at midfield to try and generate some more offensive pressure. But that ball out of bounds, Westford ball. Nussbaum throws it in. Tap back and forth. Cannon corrals it, passes it back to Mirabelle Kesselman, battling with Stowell. Stowell knocks it out of bounds. Brookline throw in. Kesselman throws it up the line looking for Vianello. A clear kick deflects, and it's recovered by Kimbrough. Kimbrough taps it back to McGee. McGee sends it up the middle to Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Tapped back to Berkson. Berkson trying to sneak one through to Nev Kesselman. Kesselman tried to fake out her defender. No dice. Disrupted by Nielsen and cleared away by Kusid. Nev Kesselman throws into Kimbrough. Kimbrough barely got that kick away. It ricochets back to her. She tries to push it forward, and it's booted away there by Luant. Mirabelle Kesselman recovers this ball, winds up and boots this one forward. Off the head of Amalia Lindgren-Palm, off the head of Nussbaum to the outside. Nev Kesselman recovers it, taps it forward, looking for Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Keeps it in bounds, but nobody there. But the pass intercepted. Nev Kesselman couldn't get enough on that kick as it rolls wide of the net out of bounds. Cipriano setting up for the goal kick. 1-0, Westford leads Brookline as this one comes in low and up the middle, taken by Cannon. Cannon trying to push forward, but cut off. The defensive clear stopped by Berkson, tapped forward by Greer. Nev Kesselman chasing after it in the corner, trying to get around her defender, but goes to the ground as it's taken away by the Ghosts, cleared away by Nielsen. Deflects into open field. Elin Lindgren Palm's kick is blocked by Stowell, but it's corralled by Greer. Greer sends one forward, taken off a hop. And my mistake, it was actually Greer who got that assist on the Wellesley goal. I got mixed up. Cipriano punts this one. Bouncing along, booted up by Elin Lindgren Palm. And that's just going to roll right back to Cipriano. The scoreboard clock frozen at 5 minutes to represent stoppage time here in this one. Meaning the only way we'll know how much time is left is when the officials give us the triple whistle to signal the end of the ball game, and Brookline wants that to take as long as possible as a foul is called on Kimbrough for the push-off. Brookline, oh no, they called a foul on Westford back around midfield. Okay. Misunderstood what happened there. Mirabel Kesselman signaling, awaiting the whistle. Kick flies in over everyone's heads and wide of the net, out of bounds. Again, it's so tough when you're kicking from that far away, but if she can find a way to get a little more air under those kicks from that far, could potentially generate some chaos, maybe get a favorable bounce. Cipriano, goal kick, flying to the near side, deflects out of bounds, and it'll be Westford ball. Throw in, deflects back to Elin Lindgren Palm. Now corralled by Cannon. Taps it back to Mirabel Kesselman. Collides, but it's taken back by Kesselman. Pass kind of misses there, but Berkson chases it down, gets to the outside to Nev Kesselman. Sends it forward to Kimbrough, knocked away by Kusid. Oriana Kusid has made a number of huge plays defensively for the Ghosts today. As Kimbrough takes that one, battling near the corner. Bit hard to see, as that's going to be out of bounds. Throw in for Brookline. That one goes over the back line, but not in favor of Brookline. That's going to be a goal kick. And a timeout. Looks like it has been called. Brookline trying to gear up for their last push to try and tie this one up. Hard to say how much time is left, but it seems like it's not a lot. It's gut check time for Brookline. If they want to try and tie this one up, this is the time to do it. Here comes the goal kick out to the far side and immediately goes out of bounds. Brookline racing to get the throw in. Over to Cannon, kicks to the middle. Stopped by Coward and kicked away. Coming up for it, Mirabel-Kesselman floats it into the box. Bouncing along and headed out the back line. And that is going to be a corner chance for Brookline. Christine. Corner kick coming in and flies in fast, deflecting down, a big chance, a shot, ricochets out. Brookline trying to keep the fight for the ball and a smart box out play. Good fundamentals there from Nev Kesselman as the kick from Jada Kimbrough was ricocheted. This one flies in high, off the fingertips, still in play. Oh, Cipriano lays out. Oh, it's still loose. The ball's still in play. Where is it? A kick is in! Mirabel-Kesselman keeps Brookline alive in the round of 32. You cannot question the heart of Mirabel-Kesselman, fighting to the last minute as the co-captain, as this chaotic ball just ricocheting around. I couldn't even tell where it was, but Kesselman kept her eye on it and knocked it in, tying us up in stoppage time. Can you believe it? This ball popped up in the air. It is anyone's ball game here as Elin Lindgren-Palm tries to clear it out, but it goes right to Weber. Shot comes in, and it's saved by Price. Price punts this one. Bouncing along. Cannon boots it forward. Off to the races. Jada Kimbrough trying to dribble in. Kimbrough shot. Couldn't get enough on it. Almost a huge turnaround for Brookline, but Kimbrough couldn't get enough off of her left foot on that one. This one bouncing up in the air. Stowell pushes it. Tia McClelland chasing after the ball on the near side. Kicks one in, and it's an easy catch for Chloe Price. Price punts this one out the far side. And there is the triple whistle for the end of regulation. And fans, I've covered 3 Brookline High playoff games so far this fall. This is the second one to go into overtime. Wow. And again, could anyone else have been the hero of regulation for Brookline other than Mirabel-Kesselman? The senior co-captain, a 4-year varsity player, headed to North Dakota State to play soccer for the Bisons next year. Goes down, taken out of the game twice, including one for an injury scare while already battling a rib injury. And she does that. Just unbelievable. If something like that had happened in a movie, I wouldn't have believed it. And the folks in live chat cheering on the tying goal there. Carly Gibson and Yuli Burstein in the live chat. And we also see former Brookline freshman girls soccer coach Jillian Kelly tuning in to watch as well. And folks, you're getting a deal here as we're getting some free extra soccer. Meanwhile, all I can think is that after this is over, I've got to like quickly hop in a car and head out to Shrewsbury because the boys are going to be playing their game at St. John's at 6 o'clock. So that game is a little over 3 hours away still in terms of its start time. Shrewsbury's a bit of a hike, so I'm hoping, but this is going to be interesting. It's been a playoff full of thrillers for Brookline this fall. For those of you who tuned into my live stream last Saturday, you know that the field hockey team for the Warriors went into overtime against 10th-seeded Hopkinton off a thrilling, gutsy performance from their goalkeeper, Anna Subin. Unfortunately for Brookline, they ended up on the losing side of that overtime contest. And then just yesterday, the Brookline High girls volleyball team was in trouble of being upset by number 9 Attleboro, as they were the 8th seed. So small upset, but still, as Brookline went up 2-0, lost the next 2 sets, had to go to a do-or-die 5th set before they could finally best Attleboro and punch their ticket to the round of 8. Got some notes in the live chat from Lucy Blanchard saying, watching and cheering from Maryland. Yay, Brookline, go Chloe. And from Carly Gibson, thanks for your service, Jesse. I love being able to watch and cheer them on from Los Angeles, California. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your kind words, and I love getting the chance to cover these games. And like I said before, I said this during halftime, donate to your local food pantry, donate to your local food bank, wherever it is that you call home, whether it be California, Maryland, or here in Massachusetts, or anywhere else in the country. There's folks in your community that need your help more than you know, especially right now with the suspension of SNAP benefits. So support your local food pantry today. All right, here we go. 10 minutes on the clock for the first overtime period of this MIAA Division I round of 32 contest. Loose ball deflects over to Jada Kimbrough. Kimbrough walking it up, passing to the outside, stopped by Lila Griffin. Ricocheting around, it's recovered by Julia Vianello. Taps it forward, kicked away by Griffin. And that's going to bounce out of bounds, Brookline ball. Mirabelle Kesselman throws it in. Deflects back, headed forward with force by Mirabelle Kesselman as that ball is tapped out of bounds. Brookline ball. Throw in, Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Couldn't stay with it. Knocked out of bounds by the defense. Stays with Brookline for another throw in. Vianello looking to Cannon. Cannon trying to fight through. And that ball is going to roll out of bounds. And that's another corner kick for Brookline. And fans, this could be huge. The corner kick coming in from Eva Berkson. Here we go. Flies in kind of low. Bouncing around. Still in the box there. Chaos. And it's cleared out by Westford. That ball is going to roll out of bounds. It'll be another throw-in for Brookline. Vianello throws it, looking to Cannon again. Ricochets around. Cannon passes it out to Vianello. Vianello's pass blocked. Ricocheting back, and it's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Brookline ball once again. Quick throw in. Now a hard clear out from Weber. Sliced off the foot of Elin Lindgren-Palm. McGee corrals it, but fighting for it is Tia McClelland. Pass to the middle to Elena Stoll. Stoll escapes a couple defenders, now kicks one forward. No offsides. Reese Nielsen, a shot and a save by Chloe Price. Any offensive push could be the last play of this game here in a sudden death overtime period. Price punts this one. Pushed up, Stoll. Now it's going to be chased down by McGee. And it looks like she's just going to let it roll out of bounds and throw it in. Throw in here. And a battle near the sideline. Out of bounds, stays with Brookline. Throw in is just missed by Brookline, and it will go to Westford. Throw in. Westford trying to move with it, and somewhere it got lost in the scrum. Out of bounds, Westford ball. Here's the throw-in. Stowell locked up with Berkson. McGee in to assist. Stowell recovers, passes back, fighting through. Big chance here. An extra pass. One pass too many as Vianello clears that one out. Westford has been fitting some passes through tight windows today, and that time they went for one pass too many. Stowell, crosser in, headed down by Mirabelle Kesselman. Booted forward, and a hard collision, and a foul call against Westford as Greer was sent flying after clearing that ball away. Mirabelle Kesselman setting up for the free kick. Goes for a low pass out to the far side to Jamie McGee. McGee walking it up. Now kicks it up. And breaking free is Lila Cannon. Try to pass. Second opportunity. Sends it through. And blocked by Kusid. And that's going to be a goal kick. Or is it a corner? And it is a goal kick. And fans, I'm going to tell you, I think that was the right call. That was just a really good play by Oriana Kusid, getting back on defense. And she managed to get that deflected off of Amalia Lindgren-Palm, who was trying to chase down that ball. Big play from the Westford defense there. They flip the field here. Elin Lindgren-Palm pass it back to Chloe Price. Back out to Lindgren-Palm. Boots it up the line, misses out of bounds. Off the throw-in, battling for the ball. Still in bounds, but McGee whiffs on it. Now it rolls out, Westford ball. Crazy tight space along that sideline as it's out of bounds again. Quick throw-in for Westford. And again, a smother for the ball, and again, it's out of bounds. Just over 4 minutes left here in the first overtime period. Throw in. This kick fits through, but it's blocked by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Jada Kimbrough takes this. Disrupted, but stays with the ball. Moving up the far side, cutting towards the middle. Evades a couple defenders. Kicks one out to the near side. Julia Vianello comes back for it. Oh, and they say she didn't get there in time, and it went over the sideline out of bounds. Griffin, the throw-in, headed away by Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Headed back, deflects. Hard collision kick, flies straight up in the air. Now pushed forward by Tia McClelland. Elin Lindgren-Palm going back for it, kicks it to the outside, and that's going to bounce out of bounds. Just over 3 minutes to go here in overtime. Throw in. Chasing it down is Stowell. Crosser rolling in, and Mirabel Kesselman waiting for it. Boots it away. Kept in bounds. And now recovered by Berkson. Pass blocked by Coward, but Cannon comes back for it. Gets it back to Berkson. Up the far side, but the kick blocked again. Coward recovers, sends it forward. Nobody there. Picked up by Price. Price punts this one. Oh, deflects to Cannon. Cannon dribbling, collides hard with Mia Weber, and she gets the ball away to Stowell. Stowell sends it upfield. Out of bounds, Brookline ball. Long throw in. Vianello sends it further up. Blocked there by Lewant. And a hard kick from Coward out of bounds. Clock frozen at 2 minutes to represent stoppage time here in overtime. Jada Kimbrough's kick blocked there by Griffin. Tapped away by Weber. Recovered by Vianello. Back to Weber again. Weber sends it upfield. Deflects over to Mirabel Kesselman. Pops it to the outside. Kicked right back. Headed down by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Pushed forward by Coward again. Elin going back for it. Manages to tap it over to McGee. McGee sending it up the line. Pass complete to Nev Kesselman. And now booted upfield by Berkson. Booted out of bounds by Lewant. Throw in for Brookline. Nev Kesselman throw in to Cannon. Cannon fends off a couple defenders. Gets the pass back to Kesselman. Kesselman tried to send one forward, but nobody there. Booted away by Lewant. Headed down by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Coward slices that one across midfield. Mirabel Kesselman comes out for it. Tangled up with Dava McClelland, and it's knocked out of bounds. Substitutions, I think, for Westford as Griffin throws this one in. That one deflects out of bounds off the foot of Greer. Throw in, booted up in the air there by Weber. Bouncing along. And Coward comes back for it. Passes it back to Nussbaum. Nussbaum pass up now to the middle, looking for Coward. And there is the double whistle for the end of the first overtime period. Fans, we are going to double overtime. We got some more notes in the live chat, including from Brookline High girls basketball coach Kendall Jones, saying, "Let's go, Brookline." Happy to see you tuning in, Coach Kendall. Looking forward to another awesome winter season once that rolls around. But for now, we're focused on the fall sports. The Wi-Fi choosing the worst possible time to be fritzing, or maybe the best possible time if it can gather itself in time for double overtime. Remember, fans, I am recording these at the same time that I'm live streaming them, so if we run into any serious Wi-Fi problems, then I can post the fully recorded version. So if any important plays get chopped up in the video during this live stream, say something in the live chat, and I'll know to upload the fully recorded version later tonight. But it looks like it's going to recover in time for double overtime.
Too much running. It's one-on-one anyway. This guy's committed. See this guy with all the blue hair?
Come on. Okay, the Wi-Fi's still on the fritz a bit, which I'm not happy about, but there's not much I can do about it at this stage other than just hope it stabilizes. A fresh 10 minutes on the clock for double overtime here at Parsons Field. Could we see the girls' soccer team for Brookline go to a PK shootout for the second postseason in a row? Here we go. Pass goes back to Coward, to the outside to Griffin. Griffin dribbling kind of slow, escapes the double team and passes that ball upfield. Knocked back, recovered by Kimbrough. Kimbrough looking to get the pass away and gets it to Mirabelle Kesselman. Jukes out a defender, dribbling up, slides it across to Jamie McGee. McGee walking up with it. Still walking up, turning around, taps it back to Hannah Greer. Greer sends it up to Priscilla Hill. Sending it up for Jada Kimbrough, turns around, trying to juke out her defender. No chance as Oriana Kusid again comes through with a big play. Oh, and it looks like we got a player down. I think it's Jada Kimbrough down possibly with cramps. Surprisingly warm, sunny day out here in Brookline in early November. Looks like Kimbrough is back up and is ready to keep going. Throw in goes off ahead. Cannon corrals it. Knocked away by Husid again. Not quite a corner kick, but a throw in as that one goes off ahead. It'll be another throw in. And we're going to have a substitution for Brookline. Kayla Coe coming in place of Jada Kimbrough. This one knocked away by Nielsen. Off the head of McGee. Headed down. And rolls out. Quick throw in from Hill. Deflects back. Hill's going to let it bounce out of bounds. Go for another quick throw in. Looking for Cannon. Cannon battling hard for this ball. Dribbling towards the corner. Knocked out of bounds there by Nussbaum. Still just a throw in, not a corner kick. Throw in going to Cannon along the baseline, and she slices that kick out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. Cipriano with the goal kick. Off ahead. Downed, booted away by Coward. Mirabel Kesselman corrals that ball, sends it up the middle, deflects back. Hammond with it. Hammond's pass sneaks through. Vianello off to the races. Vianello, a pass, sneaks through again, but it pisses everybody. Hill, a shot out. It's wide and off the outside of the net. Oh, that one looked like it was going to be it, but the crosser pass from Julia Vianello was behind the two strikers coming into the net, and well, Hill was able to trail behind to come out and shoot it. Didn't have a great angle there, and it flies out of bounds. Hill boots this one a little too much on that one. That's going to bounce out of bounds. As you can see from this camera angle, we've got a capacity crowd out here at Parsons Field watching this one. Throw in for Westford. Battling for it. Ricochets. Still battling, and it's kicked away. Out of bounds, Brookline ball. Lila Cannon and Kaylee Coe were both fighting for that one. As this throw-in goes to Cannon. Cannon sending it forward for Coe. Knocked away by Kusid, and it's going to be Westford ball. Kusid once again gets the favorable deflection there. Substitution for Westford. Evie Weber coming back in with about 5 minutes on the clock here in double overtime. Now we got a whistle blown. I think they called a foul on Westford, and this could be a big chance for Brookline. Mirabel Kesselman was the hero in regulation, scoring the game-tying goal. Can she set something up here off of a free kick? Kick flies in, players crashing in, deflects down and away from everybody, but Brookline corrals it, pass back. Hannah Greer launches one high. Brookline attacking the game here in double OT, trying to punch their ticket to the round of 16. This ball bouncing along, kicked forward by Greer, kicked right back. Now it's Nielsen booting it upfield, but no one there to really chase after it, and it's an easy pickup for Chloe Price. Price punts this one. Deflects down. McGee. Pass up, knocked away. Recovered by Elin Lindgren-Palm, sends it up to her sister Amalia. Pass a little too much on that one, but Mirabel Kesselman going to chase it down and keep it in. Kesselman winds, boots one, flying in, deflects down, no one there to kick it, and it's booted away. Everyone was coming in for the header, and it deflected away. Kick knocked down, cleared away. Headed forward by Mirabel Kesselman, headed back there by Stowell. And kicking it upfield was Mia Weber. Kesselman got away with a grab of the arm there as Elin Lindgren-Palm kicks that one out of bounds. Less than 3 minutes to go here in double overtime. Again, if we have no score after this, we'll be going to PK shootouts. Throw in. Kicked away there by Vianello. Up to Cannon. Cannon whiffed on that kick there, and it's taken away by Coward. Coward's pass up. Another pass. Mia Weber tapping across. Knocked away by Mirabel Kesselman. Out to Priscilla Hill. Hill gonna boot this one upfield. Amalia Lindgren-Palm giving chase. Corrals the ball, battling with Griffin, spins off her. Stopped there by Lewant. Lawant's clear kick ricochets back, and Lindgren Palm takes it again. Lindgren Palm still battling on the far side, knocked out of bounds. And it will be Brookline ball as a substitution comes in for the Warriors. Jada Kimbrough back in, replacing Kaylee Coe. Clock frozen at 2 minutes for stoppage time here in double OT. As that one out of bounds. Very close to a corner kick, but not quite. Throw in. Amalia Lindgren Palm. Looking around, taps out. Vianello. I think she got the favorable deflection. She did. Julia Vianello successfully draws the corner kick. And here in stoppage time in double OT, this could be the last best chance for Brookline to try and end this before a shootout. Hannah Greer will be sending in this corner kick. Kick flies in high, off the head, nowhere near the goal. That went out of bounds. Oh my gosh, was it touched by a Westford player? It was. Oh my gosh, I don't know why Westford tried to touch that one. A mistake from them sets up another corner for Brookline. Greer sends it in again, deflecting down. Oh, did that go off the post? It went off something, and it's cleared out by Westford. Now Westford pushing this ball away from their own end. Headed forward. One defender back for Brookline, and McGee does get it up to Paige Hammond. Hammond dribbling, sends a pass forward, rolling through. Lila Cannon looking, battling, kicked away. Coming up for it is Hammond, but it's knocked away again by the Ghosts. Recovered now by Greer. Pass up, the clear kick deflected. And out of it comes Paige Hammond. Lifts one up in the air. And it's going to be taken off one hop by Cipriano. And there is the double whistle for the end of double overtime. And fans, we are going into a PK shootout. Unbelievable. Okay, time to mix things up a little bit. All right, so I'm shutting off the scoreboard cam because we no longer need to know how much time is left. What I'm going to do is this. I've heard some... I don't know what you guys prefer in terms of signals for, goal versus no goal here. Hold on, let me first set up a proper camera angle. 1 second, fans. All right, I think that's a All right, I think we got a good angle for our shootout here, fans. We're going to leave it locked in this position. That should be good. All right, and... okay, what we're going to do is this. I don't know how it's normally signaled in, regular, pro soccer or anything like that, but the way I signal goals and non-goals in PK shootouts is I signal an O for a goal and an X for a no goal. My rationale being that, when you're putting the X's and O's, drawing up a play in American football, O is for offense, X is for defense. And so it's an O if the offense made the play, and it's an X if the defense made the play. I hope that's clear enough for everybody. Yuli Burstein taking a victory lap on his prediction, saying he knew this game was PK bound, and also adding the fun fact that Brookline has not lost a PK game in Parsons in years. And folks might remember the nighttime thriller against Braintree in the round of 16 last year that went to a PK shootout. Brookline winning that game 5-4. There were 0 saves from either team throughout the 5 shots. Just 1 missed shot was all the difference that there was. And again, I really, really hope that the Wi-Fi stays strong throughout this one. But basically the way it's going to work, fans, is this. Each team gets 5 individual players to one at a time shoot at the net. Just take 1 shot like a penalty shot. At the end of 5 rounds, whoever has the lead wins. If they're tied after 5, then we just keep going until we have a winner. And if at any point it becomes impossible for a team to come back, like for instance, if a team is up 4-2 after 4 rounds of shooting, that means they're up 2 with 1 round left out of the 5. The game would just already be over. So I'll try and keep up those explanations as best I can. All right, looks like Brookline is going to be shooting first, and it looks like their first shooter will be the senior co-captain, Elin Lindgren-Palm. Lindgren-Palm, known more for her defense, but she has been known to make clutch scores when the situation demands it. Got that game-tying goal against Wellesley this year, scored her first career varsity goal in that Braintree game last year in the playoffs, so we'll see what she can do here against the Westford keeper, Olivia Cipriano. Shot is saved. Cipriano walls off Elin Lindgren-Palm on the first shot. And now the pressure on Chloe Price to try and make a stop of her own, as she'll be going up against Dava McClelland, the senior striker for Westford. Lindgren-Palm tried to go for a low middle shot, see if she could catch the goalie over committing to one side or another, and just go for the accurate shot. Did not work out. McClelland's shot is high! She missed it high! And we're tied at 0 going into the second round. And now the other Lindgren-Palm sister, Amalia, the senior striker, stepping up to shoot for Brookline. No scores yet. And Amalia Lindgren-Palm puts it in. Made it look easy, just casually walking up went for a low rolling shot, went left corner, and put it in the pocket there as Brookline up 1-0, but it's now Westford's turn. Shooting now is the freshman, number 7, Mia Weber. Saved by Price! Weber went straight ahead with her shot slightly to her left. Price read it perfectly. Comes away with a big save there, and Brookline has the lead through 2 rounds. Now another senior stepping up for Brookline, the striker number 25, Lila Cannon. Shot is saved by Cipriano. Cannon went to the right, and no dice there, and it's still a 1-0 score, and Westford can tie it up here. It'll be the senior co-captain, Eleni Stowell, taking the next shot for Westford. Price back between the pipes. Westford has not yet scored in this PK shootout. Will Stowell change that here? Oh, faked out Price that time, and we're tied at 1. Just patiently waited to see if Price would jump. Price jumped to her right, so Stowell went to her right and easily scored that one. Now for Brookline, the senior co-captain and wing midi, Julia Vianello, to try and give Brookline back the lead at the top half of this 4th round. Shoots, misses, high. Second time this round we've seen a shooter miss high. And now Westford has a chance to take the lead. It'll be number 3, Oriana Kusid, the sophomore center back. Saved by Price. Chloe Price keeping her team in it. And now the 5th shooter here. If we don't have one decided at the end of this round, we just keep going until we do. This shootout will go until we have one team score and one team not score in a round. Eva Berkson, the senior midi, stepping up here. Shot is in. Berkson went quick on that one. Forced Cipriano into some indecision and gives Brookline the lead. And now here is the decider. Number 6, Alexa Coward, will be shooting to try and keep Westford in it. Chloe Price, a save, would send Brookline to the round of 16. Here we go. And she got it. Coward scores, and we will continue on. All tied up through 5 rounds at 2 scores apiece. And now, like I said before, we continue until a round ends with a team in the lead. So one team has to score and one team has to not score in a round. That's the only result that can end this game. If both teams score, we keep going. If both teams miss, we keep going. Only until one team scores and one team doesn't. They're going to send the goalie out to shoot. It'll be Chloe Price taking the next one herself for Brookline. Shot is in. Chloe Price gets it done with her foot. Can she get it done with her hands and end this? It'll be Tia McClelland, the sophomore striker, shooting here. If Chloe Price stops her, then Brookline wins. Oh, it's in. Price did reach out her hand to the correct side, but not enough. Was hesitant in going in that direction and could not stop the shot. We are still tied. Next up, shooting for Brookline will be Jada Kimbrough. Oh, she missed it wide. Oh, she had the goalie faked out completely, but she missed her shot wide left. And now for Westford, a chance to win. Reese Nielsen, the sophomore wing midi, will be shooting to try and win it for the Ghosts. Chloe Price trying to stop her to keep this one alive. And that's in. And that's your ball game. The Westford Academy Ghosts come away with the upset win in the PK shootout. That is your final. The final score, Westford 2, Brookline 1. A tough way to finish for Brookline. They lose 4-3. And unfortunately, that is how the season is going to end for Brookline. And it's so tough to be so close and have it end that way. You know, there's going to be a lot of emotions felt by the Brookline players right now, but you know what? We said at the beginning of the season, this was going to be a tough season. All of the talented players they graduated, 4 going off to the collegiate level, 1 going to Division 1 at the collegiate level. It was going to be tough to keep things going. But this team showed a lot of fight. They grew throughout the season, and they never quit. There was no quit in this team, and they managed to keep themselves in a lot of games, and unfortunately this one just didn't go the way they wanted. So that is going to do it for this game and for this season for the Brookline High girls soccer team. And I just want to take a moment to just thank the Brookline High girls soccer team, head coach Ben Peters, the friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club, all the parents that chipped in to book me for games and have me out here. It's always a pleasure year in and year out to get to cover this team, and I'm grateful to once again have been given the opportunity this season on the field. Like I said, they always showed such heart, such toughness, such fight throughout so many tough games this season. And it's unfortunate it ends here, but just remember the ride. Take pride in the fact that you fought to the end and be grateful for the ride. And finally, I want to give a final shout out and send off to the senior class of 2026. Lila Cannon, Eva Berkson, Priscilla Hill, Jada Kimbrough, Amalia Lindgren-Palm, and co-captains Elin Lindgren-Palm, Julia Vianello, and Mirabelle Kesselman. A number of these players I've covered for a number of years now, some of them even going back to their time at JV. It's been such a pleasure to watch them grow throughout their careers. Wishing the best to all of them in the, in the next seasons to come. Some of them I'm going to be covering in the winter. I know I'll be covering Jada Kimbrough on the basketball court come the winter season. You know, some of them I might see again in the spring for lacrosse, perhaps, or maybe even rugby or what have you. And of course, best wishes to Mirabelle Kesselman as she prepares to go on to a collegiate soccer career at North Dakota State University, as she ends her career with one last clutch goal. We'll take one last look at the replay of that one, just in celebration of Mirabelle and her class of 2026 classmates. Like I said, they fought to the end. You cannot question that. And that's one thing you can say about Mirabelle Kesselman that I said multiple times that I think you can also say about this class of 2026 in general. You cannot question their toughness. You cannot question their heart. And it's on that note that I'm going to wrap up this broadcast. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you to all those who brought the good vibes in the live chat here today. If there's anything you'd like to say after the live stream is concluded, you can say it in the comment section down below. Be sure to check out those helpful links in the description section down below. The link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club. The link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry. And some links related to me. My personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. You can also skip past all that and just email me directly with any questions, requests, or comments that you may have. And I'll be posting, highlights from this game later tonight on this YouTube channel, tonight or tomorrow. And I'll also be posting them on my social media on Instagram and Facebook. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can see the URLs in the bottom right corner of your screen and the links in the description section down below. Westford 2, Brookline 1, Westford winning 4-3 in the shootout from Parsons Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for a great season, Brookline High Girls Soccer.